All right. I think we're there are no adults. All right. How do we start the show? Here. Good evening, Melrosians the world over. I'm Tom Catalini.
And I'm Jen LeClaire.
And we are left unattended, no adults. You know, we used to run this show. Now we totally don't know what we're doing. But there's chaos ensues behind the scenes. But rest assured, we're going to do our best. Sam couldn't make it. Tom may appear at some point during the show. Yeah. And we're learning how to turn the dials and push buttons and trying to keep the train rolling.
Trying to keep it. Yeah, this may be the record for how quickly the show goes off the rails right there.
Before the theme song, I think is pretty good timing.
That's pretty good. That's pretty good.
So we are trendsetters. This is Let's Talk Melrose. Melrose, a show where Melrosians talk to Melrosians about Melrose, and there's just tons and tons and tons of stuff to talk about. I don't even know where to start.
Tis the season. I would say we are officially kind of launching into all things holiday. We'll start with Thanksgiving is coming up this week, and there's a lot of Melrosians really step up for the holidays when asked. So as we know, Scott McCauley does his program. I know there are Melrosians working to cook fresh meals for Bread of Life. There's Jana Jimenez does the food rescue, and then Melrose Together partnered with several of these folks to do Give a Gobble. Melrose came through. Melrosians were asked and came through with 130 meal kits that were assembled and dropped off for Malden housing families. Yeah, and more. I know some of the churches do things. I know I'm missing some things for sure. Here's
Tom Shampoo. He's back.
we'll see. It might be a little. He might be like doing the robot a little bit and breaking up. I'm
on my phone.
Okay, you're still choppy, but we'll see what happens.
Contribute when able.
Yeah, when he's thinking right now. So Melrose came together, and kudos to everybody, including Linda Apple spearheaded our Give a Gobble, Melrose Together Give a Gobble. So thank you, Melrosians everywhere. It was very kind of you.
Yes, and there was kindness going on, and I blink for a minute, and I missed the rest of the LTMM team all over the place. DPW singing downtown. There's all kinds of stuff going on. So I wasn't able to join the crew, Jen. So you can tell me what I missed. I saw the posts at Santa Fe and DPW. It seemed cool.
Yeah, we had amazing time. So Mary Beth Darwin and Stephanie Nelson, they are the kindness queens, and there were things going on all over the city. There was live music downtown. There was the people writing letters to teachers, and students writing letters to some of the seniors in our community. And I know they really appreciated that. And then just shout outs of kindness everywhere at the hospitals, to some of our nurses, to some of our teachers. And LTMM, we did our part. We worked with MMTV and Santa Fe Burrito, and we got a huge lunch put together and brought over to the folks at DPW. So that was fun.
I mean, Santa Fe took the gloves off for that, from what I could tell from the photos and the video. I mean, that was quite a spread.
Yeah, it was a lot. We asked for kind of just the basics, and they really came through. There was a variety of burritos and chips and queso and salsa, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, and the guys really appreciate it.
And I saw you did further community service by checking out the bar over at Santa Fe to see if it was getting an update on that. Unfortunately, not in service, huh?
Yeah, we were there, and the bar was sad and empty, and we were very sure to let them know that we were on their side and advocating to the best of our ability to get that up and running for them.
All right, so I can't tell what's going on. Whose dad is watching for the first time? John Hammer. All right. Shout out to Connecticut.
So
All right. Yeah, they're traveling for Thanksgiving.
So shout out! I'm putting the Melrose Kind website. They are officially a nonprofit now, and this year, and are planning on doing things throughout the year. So we are lucky to have them and the work that they do.
Yeah, it's really nice. It was great to have them on the show and to learn that it's kind of a multi-day event and that they really are spreading kindness far and wide around Melrose.
Yep.
And like Mike Karaji said, it's almost surprising at this point it hasn't caught on further than that. You know, it's just such a cool thing and just so well done. And shout out to Karaji for joining the cast last week. So that was fun. That was fun to watch.
Yeah, and Henry,
yes.
It was awesome. So another thing that I did this weekend, I hung out. It was 2 days this weekend. Linda Apple and I bounced around Melrose a little bit around town and hit Melrose Open Studios tour, and that was really fun too. So I think we were able to see about a half dozen artist studios, kind of primarily over here on the west side. Hey, Mike Miner. Including Ellen Raleigh and Lucky Cat Yarns. Who else did we see? We went up and saw Cheryl Zelton up in the Highlands, says pottery. Oh yeah, there's Ellen. That's Ellen Raleigh in her studio. I really like her work a lot. So we were Penny Young is a textile artist. We were able to see about a half dozen, and there was even more. I mean, we couldn't hit all of it. So if you were really dedicated, you could and spent the 2 days, you could probably get everywhere, but there's a lot of talent in all, so it was a lot of fun. Yeah,
it was tough to watch for a distance. So we had some family near town, and we went into Boston for a brunch, and everything was lively but busy, and you had to wait. And then we went thrift shopping over at the Garment District in Cambridge.
I noticed that you are hooked now. Aren't you?
Yeah. There's buying things I shouldn't buy, but that I absolutely need. Well, what happens is I tried something on. And you take a picture and whatever, and it seems like fun, and then you put it back, and then you forget about it, and then you see somebody else trying it on. You're like, oh no,
that's
now
mine.
They're gonna buy. Yeah. And then I went back and bought it. Yeah, 100%. But we got back, and Stephanie made it over to Cheryl's pottery show, and that was about it. So I was sad to miss the open studio tours, though.
Yeah. So we're segueing. So this week is we did open studios. This week is Thanksgiving. I know some people are traveling, some people are staying. And then we're going to segue over into all of the upcoming holidays. So stay tuned, because we're going to have Jen Manning with the Chamber of Commerce, Executive Director of the Chamber of Commerce, with us later in the show to talk about kind of what's coming next and what we could look forward to.
And, I just want to give a shout out to something happened to me today over at Sullivan Tire. Just very nice service. So, I get that annoying, low pressure light comes on, and I don't know, it's the sensor.
Both my cars have that right now.
It's the sensor, it's the this or that. I went over to Mobile to try and, do it myself, but there's no gauge on that machine. So I just went over to Sullivan. Now, I went to Montvale for 20 years, and they sold and became Sullivan Tire. And I have to say, the folks over there are just as nice and helpful. And I spent like 20 minutes straightening out my whole situation, and I didn't even need repair. Didn't cost me a dime. Sent me on my way. So shout out to Sullivan Tire. Thanks for the great service today.
Cool. Nice.
And while we're doing shout outs before we hit the news, I also want to give a shout out to the Friendsgiving 5K happening over in Russell Park. It's nice to see these events coming back and people doing fun, local, low key events, and it raises money for the emergency fund in Melrose. Just all kinds of good stuff happening.
But does it really? Oh, I didn't know that part.
Yeah.
That's very cool.
Yeah, very cool. So, nice. But now we have to get on to the news. Nice.
Oh, you know what? Well, I'm just going to add this into the news section since it's not even news, but we're good. Oh, I'm going to add it in anyway. But let's add another shout out to the cast and crew and everyone who was involved with the middle school production of The Descendants. That was like 4 sold out shows or something. 130 kids involved in that production. So kudos to everybody and the Melrose School Drama Program.
Wow,
very
awesome.
Cool. Yeah,
awesome.
Yeah. The Newsies photo reminded me of that.
Great. So what's in the real estate news, Jen?
Oh my God. I don't know. Are you looking, well, we're all almost empty nesters. I need to downsize rather than upsize. But you know who else is downsizing is our own Congresswoman, Catherine Clark. Her house is on the market right now for over $2 million. And it is a beautiful, beautiful house. But I'm sad that she's not going to be a Melrose anymore.
I know. It's going to Revere.
Take issue with that.
Going to Revere, according to Karaji, and he's in the know. So I could see downsizing. It's a large house. Their kids are grown and out. But I think it's the first time I've seen since I've been here a house go for over $2 million in Melrose. So market's just crazy, crazy, crazy.
Yeah, it is. It is gorgeous. I could go. I mean, can I just like go live in the garage? I'd be fine with that.
Hey, you know what?
The garage is actually nicer than my house.
Wait a minute. Maybe the entire panel of LTMM and their families move in, and we do like a little commune, little LTMM commune.
Yeah, and then MMTV can have a second popular award-winning show. It'll be like what was it? What were those those original reality
MTV.
shows on MTV?
Real world.
There it is.
Real world Melrose. Yes.
I feel like I already lived that with you guys in Muscle
I know.
Park, so that's enough for me.
I know. Well, if we were to do that, I would tell you that I'm feeling pretty good about getting in close and tight with folks now. I got my booster shot today, so it's very easy to do. I happen to go to CVS. You can go to CVS, Walgreens, a number of places, make an appointment online, and I got the flu shot at the same time. And so I guess what they say is you do one in each arm. Anyway, but
I would like to know why Sam Hammer is behind the scenes. If you can't get enough of each other, why are you not here?
Yeah, how are you
Hammer? What is happening? How are you there and not here?
The trouble is it's a lot of work to put on the show, but it's even harder to stay away from the show. I think that's what I've learned. I was pulling over on the Mass Pike on the way back from Pittsburgh, trying to shoehorn myself onto the show.
Yes. Good for you for getting the booster. I can't wait. Although I'm finishing up a semester and I have a couple like presentations to do. And so I kind of want to, I've heard that you kind of might not feel well for a day. So I sort of need to get that behind me before I can go do it, but I will have it done before Christmas and the holidays. So
right. So I'll tell you, busy at work, busy in life. So it's hard to pick the timing. So of course you don't want to interfere with show night. So I figured Tuesday, and then tomorrow, if I'm off, hopefully I'm back in the game by Thanksgiving. But it's all worth it. Small price to pay. Yeah. And I got the 2 shots. So we'll see how it goes. So the numbers are up. I saw something in the news where they're, starting to ratchet down elective surgery in the hospital. So it's hard to parse. Nobody knows why the spikes happen or why they go away. But we all have access to the booster shot. It's time to go. Time to go get it. I think I sounded like I was from New Jersey there first. We all have access.
You know what else we recently have access to? Melrose just received just over $11,000 for enhanced recycling programs from a statewide grant.
Yes, 11 large, baby.
11 large. So that money can be used. That doesn't come out of the city budget. That's an additional grant from the state, and that money can be used for enhanced and improved or new recycling programs, as well as public outreach related to our recycling programs. I'll put the link for again, as reported by Karaji in the patch. So I'll put that in the link for more info.
Nice. All right. So we got to keep rolling. So everybody's getting ready for Thanksgiving, the Friendsgiving 5K, all kinds of things happening. And right after that, back to back is the band tree sale.
Yes.
The tree lighting on Main Street. Home for the holidays. I mean, I think we go ahead and get Jennifer on here and
absolutely
and dig into it.
Get her.
I'm gonna do the walk up music. Can you escort her from the green room, please?
Yes.
Got it.
Jennifer Manning.
Hello. Hi guys.
Welcome to the show.
I'm well. Thanks for having me tonight.
Yeah, thanks for coming back.
Jennifer Manning, Executive Director of the Melrose Chamber of Commerce. That's how Tom likes to say it.
Chamber of commerce.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We are members, by the
You
way.
are members, right?
Yeah. We made the latest newsletter.
You did?
I saw that.
Yeah, Jen
Yeah.
sent me
Thank you
a
for that.
piece on that one. That was awesome.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, we wanted to celebrate you guys. So thanks.
So maybe we should let you give the rundown. I mean, there's so much going on. Do you want to give us a little high level and then we'll dig in?
Sure. So, the Friday after Thanksgiving, of course, is Black Friday. And the Saturday following is Small Business Saturday, which is November 27th this year. So we'll be celebrating it downtown with our very generous sponsor, Cambridge Savings Bank. We will have a DJ in the Y Courtyard down on Main Street from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. to kind of get people in the holiday spirit shopping mood. So we just encourage people to shop small, shop local, especially, this year, a lot of businesses do need it. Supply chain has been an issue. If you've all heard of that, I'm sure. But if you go into a small business, hopefully you can walk out with what you need. Or
are we closing the streets? Are we closing Main Street for this Small Business Saturday?
We don't typically do it for that. No. It'll be a free flowing day. We encourage people to get out and shop local. A couple of the businesses have some promotions going on, which I will promote on our social media and Facebook and on our website. But yeah, we're looking forward to Small Business Saturday. And thanks again to Cambridge Savings Bank, our sponsor. So Home for the Holidays is back. Of course, with the pandemic and all the craziness of 2020, it didn't happen, but we're excited to bring it back this year. So it is the following weekend. It's going to be Friday evening, December 3rd. If anybody that's not familiar, Santa comes down the street, Main Street, on a fire truck. But before that, it's so much fun. But before that, we'll have live music courtesy of T. Anthony Catalini.
T. Anthony.
Who's that guy? Who's that?
Yeah.
Who the hell is that?
All right. So the folks don't know the before the show, there's Jen and Jennifer. I'm like, I should be Thomas. And then I went with T. Anthony for tonight's show. I don't know. I gotta work on that. But the name you want to know is Charlotte Pierce, who's got the goods for singing all the holiday songs. We're working on some special treats for the adults and kids alike. Try and get the spirit up and see if we can't get the energy going to get Santa.
Yeah.
When he's sleighing around up there, we wanted to make sure he doesn't miss Melrose and he lands on top of that fire truck and we get him down Main Street.
Absolutely.
It's so exciting. And we'll have the tree lighting right there. There's usually a big tree right next to where you guys will be. That's all going to be lit up. And the mayor will sort of flip a switch and all the lights down on Main Street will light up. It's really fun to see. So we encourage everybody to come down around 5:30 for the live music with T. Anthony and company. And so what's really fun, and we did this in 2019, which I'm sure some folks will remember, we have the Melrose High drummers kind of lead Santa down the street, courtesy of Just Dugan.
My favorite part.
Yeah,
they were all like lit up in neon, right?
Yep.
Is that right?
So fun. And I guess they're kind of up in the game this year, according to Just Dugan. So it'll be really fun. I'm very excited to have them on board. So they're kind of lead him down the street. No photos with Santa this year. It's really not safe with COVID precautions. So he's going to kind of make the loop. He's just going to kind of come by.
We'll Photoshop him in. Don't worry about it.
I was going to say.
We got you covered.
So that's a little different this year. But other than that, we encourage everybody to come downtown. The street will be closed for that.
Okay,
Nice.
great. I would hope so.
Yeah.
We should take a moment also and give a shout out to the band. The Melrose Band also sells Christmas trees, sells holiday trees, and wreaths and all kinds of things that weekend for Home for the Holidays. Starts on Friday evening. I think they did not do pre-sales this year. But it starts on Friday evening and they usually sell out. It is the place to be. So
it sold out quick last year. I am, trying to be polite and patient in the crowd, and Tom Shampoo just comes right in under me, grabs a tree and runs off. And that was it. I'm like screwed for the year, but it's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. No hard feelings. I got enough Christmas spirit for the two of us. So we did that.
So that's
a lot of fun. So that's Friday night. So this is a chamber event that takes 2 days. So on Saturday, December 4th, we'll have our part 2 of Home for the Holidays, and our hub will be Cedar Park.
Okay.
We will have, as in past years, we'll have trolleys that will folks can hop on and hop off throughout town. We have 2 trolley routes that will take people by different businesses. just anything, events that are happening around town. I've published it on our website. It's being updated almost daily for what different things are going on. So you can check that out at melrosechamber.org.
So give us a few examples. What do you think is what's lining up for?
Yeah. So the library
Saturday?
does a book sale. That's they do a book sale. That's typical. That's like historically they do that every year. Some of the churches have events. There's a festival of trees, if people remember that. So I will have, as I said, there's 2 trolley routes and a lot of fun things to check out. Again,
Cedar Park is the hub. Are we going to do the reindeer rides and all of that again? Yeah.
Oh, cool.
They will be back. I have a DJ again playing festive holiday tunes. Home for the Holidays is sponsored by Edward Jones Investments and Kim Parati Team Leading Edge. So they'll have a tent back there also on Cedar Park. The Chamber will have a booth there with information for everybody. And there'll be face painting also at the Kim Parati tent. So if you want to come down, well, after you have the kids ride the reindeer, get your face painted. So yeah, a lot of different businesses. I know just thinking ahead off the top of my head, Turner's is going to have an outdoor chowder booth, I think, during the Friday evening event. Try to keep it warm. Hopefully we have some seasonal weather. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So we really encourage people to come out and celebrate. And thank you to all of our lovely trolley sponsors. The trolleys wouldn't be possible without them. We have some elected officials that are going to be volunteering that day at Cedar Park as well. So you can say hello to them. Some will be trolley guides, which will be fun. And we're really looking forward to it. So it's our last event of the year. So we had 3 successful events so far. We did the summer stroll, we had the Victorian Fair, and downtown trick or treat, which were very well attended, all 3.
Great.
So I hope people come out for this one. I think they will.
So for other than Friday night, so for Small Business Saturday and for the Saturday of Home for the Holidays, there are not street closures. Is there any reason that we can't kind of create more of a stroll and kind of do more of that?
I mean, that's something we could think about, not for this year, but but it is, the trolleys, if you've ever done it, they're kind of all over town, all throughout, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. So for those 4 hours, we have 5 trolleys going around town.
Yeah.
So it kind of keeps moving. So that's kind of how they flow. Yeah,
because there are sort of different hubs, right? Like there was a market at the UU Church, and
there is, yes,
yeah.
And 7 Mile Church, the First Congregational, pretty much most of the churches, and then St. Mary's also has a tree sale, it's a Christmas tree sale. You want to kind of give them a shout out too.
Okay.
They'll be also on this weekend, that weekend of Home for the Holidays. But I understand what you're saying. I know everybody wants more strolls, but that's something I'm thinking about for 2022. Yeah, there's a lot of feedback on that. A lot of people have said that. That's
going to take a little excitement. It's going to take a little excitement out of the trolley ride. Watching the guy, so have been a trolley host in years past, and watching the guy driving the trolley navigate the chaos is something to see. I got to say.
I still think you need you still will. I think you can do both. We can. We can do all the things.
Trolleys only.
We can do all the things.
You still need the trolleys for the other for the locations at Cedar Park and UU and all that, and and they're fun. We need the trolleys for.
But I want to also, one thing I wanted to shout out to is Jitters. Everybody knows down by Melrose Village. We'll have Mrs. Claus again this year. She's returning.
Nice.
So she'll be down there too, I believe,
earlier
in the day. And I'll post that on our website, and you'll have it, and people will know. Tom asked if the reindeer are vaccinated. I can't tell you.
Now, do you need? Do you need anything? Are you looking for volunteers? Do you need any help? What do you need?
I can always use volunteers. I mean, people love to give back. I would never say no to a volunteer. So if you are interested in volunteering, please shoot me an email at jennifer@melrosechamber.org, and I'd be happy to hook you up. Friday night, we don't need volunteers.
Okay, great. Again, that's Jennifer at melrosechamber.org.
Melrosechamber.org. Yes.
Just to make sure that people get that.
Yeah, just in case they missed it the first time around.
So what I heard is that just in time for Christmas, Apple is releasing what they call an iKnife. Yeah, it's cutting edge technology.
Oh my god!
Boom! That's what we're missing on the trolley this year.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah.
There's entertainment. When Bill Butler and I do it, there's solid entertainment. I'm not sure if it's good or bad. So it's
Solid.
yeah, it's pretty solid
But
though.
we'll miss you this year for sure. I know.
I know.
Yeah.
And
I know.
hope that we hope that Gail Inferno will come down and play her trumpet. She's
Yes.
around that weekend, but it's always a joy to see her and to hear her play. So I hope that she'll join us. But
yeah, Home for the Holidays is just great. It's one of my favorite events, and I'm bummed I'm going to be out of town this year. The tree lighting Friday night, and then out of town for the weekend. But it's just so much fun. It's fun to host the trolley. It's fun to go to the different sites. Bill and I usually grab lunch at Turner's and hang out downtown. It's just a nice time to be around Melrose and to go to the different business districts and not just do everything on Main Street. I think that's why, that's why it's spread around and why we do the trolleys. And you might be familiar with kind of the area closest to you, but it's nice to check out all the other areas and all the community organizations.
Just to give another, absolutely. And Franklin Square is hopping too. And you may remember that Brad Hutchinson has a hayride with Santa. That's something I wanted to bring up too. So that will be happening. They brought that back this year.
Okay.
So that's down in the Franklin Square area throughout the day.
Yeah, there are some interesting things happening up there as well. It is a fun day.
So
And
you know what? Everywhere.
Yeah, you cover everywhere, and we can shop locally. There's everything I need is right here. I don't need to be sending anybody into space to do my holiday shopping. That's one of my goals this year, is to try to shop. Well, it's always my goal to shop local, but I think even more so this year.
There's a lot, and like I mentioned before, the supply chain issues. It's just, and we want to keep these businesses that you know and love, keep them alive, keep them thriving.
So I love it. It's like it's kind of like a 1-2-3 punch, right? We had Melrose. We just did open studios. I bought a couple things for during that. I kind of that's where I kicked off my shopping, and then Small Business Saturday, I'm going to hit all my favorite spots, and then Home for the Holidays. It's great. I can get it.
It doesn't really make any sense to leave town at any point.
Why would you?
I don't know.
I don't, in fact, actually.
No, it's a lot of fun. We're excited to see all of these events coming up, and we appreciate the community support. We appreciate all our sponsors' support, and you guys are supporting us too by having me on the show tonight. So thank you.
So the chamber is firing on all cylinders. All your events are back and big. And what are you thinking about for 2022? We got a little hint before, and then of course, when you were last on the show, you gave us some breaking news. I don't know if you have that tonight, but what are you thinking about looking ahead? Anything new, different, more exciting, next level? Is COVID still sort of a cloud hanging over all of this, or what are we thinking?
Well, I've said it kind of throughout the year to folks that have been working with me on all these event planning that have been happening. It's just, you cannot compare anything we're doing now to what we've done in the past, because I think even though we're in a better position than we were this time last year, COVID is still very much with us. It is in the back of my head with, there may be a spike after Thanksgiving. Let's hope there isn't. But Home for the Holidays is still going forward. So, I think things will be better next year. Again, the feedback that I get, I think across the board, people want more strolls. People want more summer strolls. There is some work to that. There are sponsors, there's some planning involved, but I think if we get ahead of that and try to do that early on, it may be something we can think about. Of course, my board would have a lot to say about that. I'd have to answer to them. But
so we're members. How do we get on the board?
Am I on the board?
Yeah.
You are the chairman of the board now if you have a T and a dot in front of your name. So
Right.
That's going to make the difference. That's your edge.
You heard it here.
And that puts you up on a different level.
Yeah.
All right. So,
I'll loan you the bullhorn. I'll loan you the bullhorn for the next meeting. Would anybody like to speak?
The chair recognizes T. Anthony Catalini. The chair recognizes T. Anthony Catalini.
Yeah. So you let us know. You let us know when those elections are, Jen.
A lot of doors are going to open for you now, Tom.
It's true.
It's true. So I mean that's the feedback that I've gotten across the board. So anything's possible. We can make it work.
That's right.
But again, all these events are good. Really, what's the bottom line is to get people to bring them to our community, to bring people to Melrose, to patronize our businesses, and just see what a great town we are, and I really
Yep.
and just kind of get the word out. So,
Hey, but you know, the bottom line is I've been to all these events and you're really just hanging out, having a good time. You're not really thinking about like, oh, I'm patronizing businesses or whatever. It's just really enjoying the community for what it is.
right. But then you think about these trolleys, you're hopping on and off. So you want to hop off. Yeah, I'll grab lunch here. I'll grab a hot cocoa here. I'll grab lunch with the kids here. You know, things like that.
And it's experiential. It's experiential shopping. When you have reason to like stay and hang out longer downtown, then you're gonna shop more downtown or in the Highlands or wherever the case may be.
Okay, so Scott brings up a good point.
Loads of ideas. So
that's another one. This is everybody asked me about a beer garden. I don't know how to begin. I'm not sure.
And what I learned on this show and behind the scenes meetings was you that's like a pop-up thing. I thought this was like a permanent structure. So the beer garden, we're just talking,
it's plug
Jennifer, we'll just pop it up.
Yeah.
I think
and we'll see how it goes.
I think other chambers have done that. I don't want to speak out of line. I think some have done that, and I could also talk to my counterparts in different chambers about that one. Yeah. That's very popular. That's another thing people have brought up to me quite a bit.
That's going to be the breaking news on the next.
You'll be the first to hear. And we'll have my Karaji in the wings, and he can.
I was going to say, you hear that, Karaji?
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway.
So 2022 will be exciting. It'll be I'm 8 months in my role here. So I'm excited for.
That's it, huh? Wow.
I know. It's been a lot, but it's all been great. And
awesome.
So in March will be my 1 year anniversary. So so we can kind of look forward to.
Oh, would you like to ride around in a van by any chance?
Yeah.
Wait a minute, what? That sounds a little weird.
At all creepy. That's not at all
creepy vibe there, Anthony. I don't know.
Well, wait a minute. You got to put it in context. She watches the show. That's the exact blurb she typed into the newsletter. Right. There was nothing inappropriate about my remarks. Thank you.
Our 100th episode. So we can cruise around town, visiting, doing surprise interviews with all the businesses. That's what we did for our 100th episode.
So much fun.
So we should do that. Let's put that on the calendar. And in the meantime, we should probably wrap it up. I have things to start chopping. I got cranberry sauce to make. I got stuffing to make. I got stuff to do. So thank you so much for being with us, Jen. We're looking.
Thank you for asking.
Jen's gonna get that Jen's gonna get that cranberry sauce out of the can. We got to get going.
That's right.
All right, Jennifer, thank you very much. And we will
We're going to dance it off with us.
See you around town.